Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Well, in this video, we are going to be diving into tearing apart my 2003 Infiniti G35 sedan to be reshelling it into the car that I picked up in the last video, which is the 2003 350Z. I'm going to try and get the motor of the car probably most, if not all, of the way out. So the plan for this is going to be, we're going to drop the subframes instead of pulling all of the parts off of the car. Just easier to drop the motor and the subframe all as one, instead of like pulling the engine with the transmission on it, pulling the angle kit out, pulling everything out separately. When the faster I get this car out of the shop, the faster I can work on the white one. So that's basically the plan. Let's, I guess, dive right into it. Okay, so yeah, basically we're just going to be tearing this thing apart, getting it ready to, I guess, all the parts ready to go into the white car. Okay, so now I've just did a little bit of moving stuff around. I brought my toolbox up to the front, so I just go from here to here, back. It's easier to keep track of tools. Hopefully we'll make the workflow a little better. I'm just guessing here, but that's what I'm going to go with. I just got to grab a couple more things, get started, get the car jacked up in the air, drain oil, drain coolant. I'm just going to go for the easy stuff off bat, as I'm just going to start just disconnecting the engine harness. All right, let's get to it. So you guys see me there. It's been probably about an hour or two. I don't know, I've just been kind of fucking around. So right now I've got the upper intake plenum off, well, the upper clamshell. I'm currently stripping back, like not stripping back, but I'm currently peeling back the harness to get it flipped off to the side. Then I'm going to start peeling the core support off, headlights out, rad out, all that goofy stuff out. I already got my oil cooler off. As you can see, the AI lines are right here. Hopefully, I won't be able to pull it tonight because I got this car, my Joel Z46 is in here, and I just can't pull this out tonight and be able to shut the door, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so I'm gonna get back to doing this. Figured I'd check in because I've been slowly working on it as a buddy of mine, Ryan Vogel. His Instagram will be here on the screen. He stopped in, so yeah, let's get back to work. Okay, so see, I got the whole front clip of the car off, headlights over there, rad support, and crash bars there. Now I'm gonna drain the coolant. I'm gonna disconnect the E-fence because right now this rad is just kind of sitting in here, all on. Basically, it's all being held by this hose. Yeah, it's all being held by this hose here. So I'm gonna keep plugging away at it. I can't pull the engine tonight. This car, like I said earlier, E46 is in the way. I'm just going to pull it tomorrow when I have more time to get the engine out, put it aside, and then bring the car in, set it up on stands, and then pull all the suspension apart. Yeah, I'm just going to keep chipping away at it. Alright, we are now back. It is the next day of working on my tearing apart this car. So the goal for today is going to be getting the entire, like basically getting the chassis stripped. Alright, I've got a pretty good chunk of work done. I've got most of the harness disconnected, as you can see, disconnected up to here. I've got to do some of the stuff down on the back of the alternator, power steering pump, and then I've got to disconnect the rest of this. And then, you know, whatever goes down here alongside the transmission and then back up into here. So, I think I'm just going to put the camera down for a little bit, just grind it out. I'll pick this back up when I make some more noticeable progress. So I've got the engine pretty much ready to come out. It's been probably about 2 hours since the last time I picked up the camera. So yeah, somebody stopped by. I was chipping away at it. So I've got the entire engine harness is been fucking disconnected. The starter is disconnected right here, so like that's the starter cable for the engine. So the next step after I couldn't pull it tonight. It's fucking 11 o'clock at night. So now tomorrow when I pick this camera up again, I'm gonna be pushing the car back because to shut the door at night, I've got to have it pretty close to my toolbox. So tomorrow, I'm going to be putting the car on all 4 jack stands. The quicker this car is out of here, the quicker I can get the white car in, get it ripping ready and like ready to go. I'm going to be keeping this engine, because this engine does have it's only got 100, and it had 160 on it when I bought it. I swapped it in the second week of the season, because I blew my engine the first event of the season. That's bad. So the engine's gone this far this season, and it never really gave me any problems until the last round of Canadian Drift Series, which if I have clips, I'll put them in here of how the car was running. It was just running like a bag of shit. I ended up figuring it out, but the chassis is so fucked, I gotta reshell it. Anyway, I'm gonna pick this back up tomorrow, finish getting the drivetrain out of the car, which I'm hoping either tomorrow or the next day, I will have this shell ready to go to scrap. Okay, so I've got the underside of the car almost completely disconnected. I've got the exhaust off. I'm working on pulling the drive shaft out. I need to grab my big gun for that because those back bolts are a little tight. So I've been wearing a headband so you guys can see what I'm doing, but I think I'm just gonna set you up on a tripod because fuck, my head's sweaty. So I'm gonna set you guys up and then I'm just gonna keep on chipping away. Okay, so I've got everything disconnected from the car. It's ready to come out. I might leave the test pipes on just because they're a bit of a pain in the ass to pull off. So I changed my tactic. I am gonna have to disconnect the power steering lines because I really don't really feel like dropping this whole subframe and fucking engine and trans as one. So I gotta unbolt the training. I'm gonna hook the engine up, disconnect the power steering lines, and pull the trans mounts out, and then this engine's gonna be out. Okay, so I picked the clip up. This is, I don't know, probably a little bit after the time lapse. Starting to get the engine out, and then the bolt in the back of my crane here fucking snapped, and it flung forward. Now it's sitting there like a bitch. It dumped water all over the fucking floor. Just not having a good time.
The engine's just sitting there right now.
He just got here.
Yeah,
it's just,
I walked into it broken.
The engine is just sitting on this mount. That engine mount right there is what's holding this engine from just poof. So I'm gonna set the camera back up. We're gonna try and get this thing out kind of decent. Hopefully we don't fuck it up. Okay, so it's been probably 4 hours or 5 hours since the last clip. And the car's all torn apart. I got the front subframe out and it's up there. The rear subframe's out up there. I got all the stuff I wanted to pull out of the car. Car's ready for scrap. I sold a bunch of shit off it today and I got a bunch of scrap here at the shop. I'm gonna load up in it. It's the end of an era. If you guys want to check out my Instagram, which will be right here on screen. I've had this car for 2 years-ish, drifted it for almost 2 full seasons, and so on and so forth. Like I've got the engine, transmission, and headers out on the ground, ready to be torn apart, resealed for the white Z for if the engine in it ever blows, which has got low enough miles, it should be fine. So yeah, tomorrow's the car is going to get loaded up for scrap. I'm going to disassemble both my front and rear subframes to put all the parts in the white Z out there. And then we're ready to start assembling. So yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave this video. You guys, thank you so much for watching. If you are, please leave a comment for any feedback or anything you guys feel like. If you want to see more or whatever, just leave a comment, subscribe, and you guys have a good rest of your day.